Hello, Fireflies. Goddess of Fire here, back for another fire conversation. I know I said I was going to have the weekly vibes up for this week, but life happens and I had to make some adjustments with some newness in my life. So I am actually just going to break into the January vibes for each of the signs. January has a lot going on. Tomorrow we actually I'm filming today, Tuesday, January 5th. So you guys are in relation to what I'm talking about. Tomorrow, January 6th, Mars leaves Aries and enters Taurus. So that's going to give us a change of pace, more laid back vibes. January 12th, Capricorn new moon. So that's going to give us some grounding and reflective energy. January 13th, Mars squares Saturn. So that is going to create some tension, closure, hurry up and wait type of energy. January 14th, Uranus goes direct. So that leaves no more major planets in retro. January 17th, Jupiter squares Uranus, sudden change, so stay positive. January 19th, Capricorn season ends and the start of Aquarius season begins. January 28th, full moon in Leo, and that is conjunct with Jupiter. Conjunct just means within 0 degrees of each other. And then January 30th, we have the very first Mercury retrograde of the year 2021. And some may be feeling the effects of this already. I'm definitely sensing that January is harboring some lingering 2020 energy. So a lot of people I've heard say, oh, this year doesn't feel different. That's because there's still a lot of last year within our midst. So this is the wrap up, tying up loose ends, dotting I's and crossing T's. And for me personally, January is the beginning of the calendar month. So that kind of has a little bit of a different effect on things. And the astrological year begins on March 21st, because that's when Aries season begins, and which is the first sign of the zodiac. So I am starting with earth signs since we are still in Capricorn season. So let's see what wants to pop up. Oh, that flew out. Hold up. Villain. You can always rewrite this story. What this is instantly telling me, I'm obviously starting with Capricorn. I didn't state that. I just got checked by my guides. We're starting with Capricorn. But this easily feels like somebody may be trying to make you the villain in their story, or you've had the energy of being portrayed as the villain. You have the opportunity to change your narrative for your experience at any given point. So I think that is kind of what's coming to the forefront for you. So if you don't like how things are going, Capricorn, it's up to you to change it. Let's pull an Angels and Ancestors guidance card. And we have the Stargazers. Set your sights higher. Again, I feel like these kind of are going in hand. I feel like there may have been like an evenness. Just kind of staying at the baseline, not wanting to color outside of the lines, not trying to ruffle feathers or shake anything up. And this is the universe's way, if you've been looking for a sign, of telling you to rewrite your story and set your sights higher. Like, that's pretty plain and simple. So now I want to dive in and see what energy is still lingering for 2020 for you, Capricorn. Mature woman. So this is either involving a mature woman, a mother figure, an aunt figure, you know, somebody that is older than you. However this is going to be illustrated, or this is for the Capricorn woman that feels like she has matured or changed. And that could be that it feels like there's a stuck energy. And for me, that's either going back to the first, if there may be a mature woman or a motherly type figure that could be holding you back from, or that you are allowing to hold you back from moving forward, setting your sights higher and rewriting your story. But if you are the mature woman, it's like you've evolved and you don't fit the shell anymore, if that makes sense. You know, hermit crabs, what is the other? Snails. They all, when they outgrow their environment, they leave it and go searching for something new. So for me, this feels like there needs to be a change in your experience. And then there could be some relationships that are kind of lingering. And this doesn't necessarily just have to be marriages. To me, this feels like just any type of intimate relationships. It could be a romantic relationship. It could be a family relationship. This could be a very close friendship. But it seems to me that there's some sort of relationship that doesn't belong in the next chapter of your life. And that will make sense to you. However, it kind of coincides with your experience right now. Yeah, so I want to see what's kind of on its way in, or waiting to have a clear space for landing for you for the month of January, Capricorn. Ooh, something. Ooh. Okay, well, that was rude. And we're not taking 45 cards either. So love and prosperity. This feels like definitely a resurgence of passion and a sense of freedom. And when this also feels like kind of coming to terms with something that needs to end. Again, this really feels like it's tied to relationships. But once the obstacle has been removed, things will come a lot more fluidly for you, Capricorn. Yeah, and it feels like you may have been experiencing some blocks, but that is just simply because there's something that is remaining in your existence that no longer fits the bill. So if, like I was just kind of saying, like a plane can't land if there's too much on the tarmac. And to me, this looks like there's too much happening on the tarmac and this plane can't land safely. So it feels like there's no newness coming in, or it just feels like the plane can't land. There could be inclement weather. There could be, like I said, too much happening on the tarmac. It just, the blessings can't land safely into your existence because the environment, the ecosystem isn't correct for it. God, that took forever for me to get out. Yeah, I'm starting to feel the effects of Mercury retrograde already. So let's grab a couple tarot cards. Okay. For this month. To me, this Ace of Wands just feels like a resurgence. Feels like you've got your spark back. You've been doing a lot of introspection. You've been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of being self-aware. This also means, this could mean too, you've been doing a lot of meditation. That's a very introspective activity. But even if you're not doing that, it could be that you were just really thinking long and hard about what's going on. And you're ready for a change. You're ready for things to end. It almost feels like you're waiting for something to end, for a cycle to complete. And I asked mentally for another card on that. Your intuition is telling you that something is ready to close out. Let's see what else is coming through for Capricorn for the month of January. Okay, well, that was 3 cards. I think that's a solid thing. 8 of Swords, Knight of Cups, and 10 of Cups. You're feeling trapped and stuck by something. And because the Knight of Cups came out with it, as well as the 10 of Cups, it feels like you're stuck in some sort of heart connection. But with this 10 of Cups, it doesn't feel like it's in line with what makes you feel good. Can I get another cup on the 10 of Cups? Card on the 10 of Cups. There's not enough stability here. Can you get another card on this 8 of Swords? What are we feeling? What is Capricorn feeling trapped by? Oh, shit. That was 3 cards. Wait a minute. Okay. Wow. So you're feeling stuck by whether or not to let something go. And this is teaching you a really difficult lesson to put yourself first, put your feelings first, put your needs first. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Justice card, but things are going to start. I feel like you're going to make the changes. You're going to balance out what needs to be balanced out and get rid of what needs to be gotten rid of. Yeah, because you're in control of your emotions right now. And you want to feel emotionally free. Going back to that 8 of Swords, it feels like you're kind of trapped inside yourself, Capricorn, for whatever reason. So I want to get some last minute guidance on that one and see what we need to focus on to make this month your best month. I knew this card was going to come out. Focus on prosperity. Focus on how you can create what you need emotionally for yourself. How can you beef that up? How can you increase that for yourself? And we're focusing on change and new beginnings in this month. So it could be that Once you let go of what needs to be let go, prosperity and abundance will start to flow in. And abundance isn't just monetary, folks. It's anything. And you'll feel free to move as you need to. Okay, Capricorn, I hope this was helpful for you. And now I am going to bust into Taurus next. Hello, Taurus. Let's see what's coming up for you for this month of January. Okay, do it for you. Sundress, do it for you. And feast, slow down and celebrate yourself. So I feel like there's definitely been a change in your perspective. Definitely been a change to concentrating on self, concentrating on self-care, concentrating on things that make you feel good. Two wanted to come out for you, Taurus. Sage, be devoted and committed. This feels like being devoted and committed to what's right for you, doing what's right for you, self-care, things of that nature. You know, following your heart, what just feels like it's in alignment with you. I feel like for you, there has been a tendency for you to kind of do for others as opposed to doing for yourself. And that's where these kind of really go in alignment with each other, actually. So be devoted and committed to doing things for you in this month of January. And then slow down and celebrate yourself. See, that Mercury is sneaking up on me already. And take note of intuitive messages. I feel like Taurians have been getting little like taps, little like almost instant messages from spirit and their spirit guides. And if you haven't been paying attention to those, now is the time to really hunker down. If you've been seeing things multiple times and you kind of take a notice of it, maybe keep a journal of any synchronicities or signs or things that kind of pop up that you just can't ignore. And then, you know, maybe after a week or so, go back and see how many times you've seen that, heard that, or how many times, you know, these like messages come from your spirit squad, and how many times they are repeated. Oh my God, I feel like I'm not really making sense, but I know it makes sense when the video's posted. So I want to see what kind of energy is stuck in the balance for you right now. What's still being worked out? What's still being cleared out for Taurus? Child. This feels like some inner child healing is still being worked on and still being cleared out. For some of you, this could actually be healing from the loss of a child in some way, shape, or form, whether that is a miscarriage, there's a custody battle that's happening. Yeah. That could be very specific to one or two people, but definitely the inner child healing is kind of what's still coming through. I do want to get another one to see what might still be hanging in the balance for you to be cleared out from 2020. Okay. So there could be this is either you, or this could be a significant other for some of you. There could be, so if this is you, to me it feels like there's still shedding of old self that's happening. And then if this is coming through as a relationship, as a partner for some of you, this could be there was a breakup and you're still kind of getting over it, or, you know, just cleansing some of those emotional wounds. This doesn't have to be a romantic relationship either. This could actually be some strong female friendships that you've had that have expired. The purpose of that connection has been achieved. So it could be that you are just cleansing and clearing out some of that old energy. You could be doing some communicating with this past female friend. That doesn't mean that you are opening yourself up to that person again, but it does mean that there could have been some closure that's happened with that. So I want to also see what's coming in for you. What's waiting in the balance? What blessings are waiting to land for you? Okay, hold on here. The Chalice, rejuvenation and fulfillment. This is that self-care, the doing it for you. You're starting to fill your own cup. And, you know, I always tell you guys, you can't help anybody if you have an empty cup. And then you're also being very careful at your words. You're articulating yourself in a way better manner than I think you ever have before. I feel like some of you Taurians have really shot from the hip. There's no thought process. You just say what comes to mind or say how you feel. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but there is that you're practicing the art of the pause. So you're taking a minute and kind of choosing how you're going to speak on something, whether it's a happy thing, a sad thing, a frustrating thing. You're taking great care to make sure you are communicating yourself to the best of your ability. And I feel like that may have been a struggle for some of you for a while. But that is definitely coming to a better place for you within this month of January. Let's see what else you're gonna experience this month, Taurus. Oh, that one flew. Ace of Cups, just like the Chalice we just pulled. Again, that's fulfilling yourself. You are in your element. You are focusing on you. You're really embracing what's of importance to you, what keeps you grounded. I love this. You're choosing not to participate in any drama. You're moving away from that energy. You don't want the conflict. You don't need the conflict. That's not for you. So that's really good energy. And you have this fresh energy about you. You are really embarking on a carefree period of your life. And if that's not happening for you right now, it's on its way. Yeah, this is, wow. So we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. This is either you have a really solid, grounded relationship, a really solid partnership where you guys are on the same wavelength and you see, hear, and understand each other the way that's supposed to be. But this also could be that you are just really solidly grounded and in alignment with both your feminine and your masculine energies, which is always good. So you're definitely in your element with this King and Queen of Pentacles. This is really, really good. Yeah, and you're feeling very bold. You're feeling very bold and you're feeling very victorious. You feel very successful. You feel very strong. You feel very confident right now. What's causing you to feel this confidence? Another card on the Six of Wands. Where'd you go, sucker? It's this newness. You're protecting your assets is what that feels like. And that isn't like cars, houses, things like that. That's you. That's your emotions. That's your spirit. That's your heart, your soul. But this also feels very new to you. Because the Page of Pentacles is really that novice energy. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords. So there's definitely been a huge culmination of deep healing that's happened for you. But whatever heartbreaks or pains, betrayals have occurred within the last 3 years is what this feels like. I know it's a 3, but it seems corny for me to say that, but I feel like there's been an extreme amount of growth for you, Taurus, in the last 3 years. And all of those things that came together burst that heart chakra right open. And that's how the light gets in. This is a beautiful representation of that. So you've come to the end of a lot of healing for you. Healing is never done, but it feels like some big deals, big topics have occurred for you as far as healing self. So I want to see what else you should focus on. What we're focusing on for you for this month of January. Beauty and protection. To me, this feels like a different kind of beauty. This isn't the superficial beauty that you know, your old self may have really been in tune with. This really feels like seeing the beauty and simplicity in things. You know, the beauty of a cup of coffee in the morning, the beauty of the sunrise or the sunset, the beauty of your child's laughter, the beauty of some new skills or new habits that you've created for yourself that are really healthy for you. And then protection. You are a highly protected being, is what this feels like. You have a lot of spirits that guard over you. And this could be a specific female for one of you. And I'm thinking of someone so specifically, so I hope she watches this. But this is somebody that you may have been close to that could have passed on. Yeah, but if it's not somebody that you were close to in this actual life, this is definitely a female spirit guide that's coming through, or a female ancestor that's coming through, that's letting you know to protect yourself. And maybe this is why I said protecting your assets. That's so interesting that I said that. But protecting you, your spirit, your energy, your aura, you know, what really drives you. Wow. That's so interesting how that came up. All right, Taurus, I hope that this was helpful for you and gave you some good insight for the month of January. Until next time, friends. All right. Now we have Virgo. What are we going to, what's up for Virgo for the month of January? Spaceship. Don't be afraid to sing. To me, this feels like don't be afraid. Yeah, don't be afraid to sing. Don't be afraid to pull from the heart, because when we sing, whether we sing well or not, that comes from the heart. You could have the worst voice in the entire world, but if it feels good, sing it. If it feels right, sing it. Please excuse any background noise you may hear. My neighbors are obnoxious. But yeah, don't be afraid to sing what's the song that is in your heart. And then I'm being drawn to this card as well. Dragons, slay them all. This feels like negative thoughts that you need to slay. This is actually really just coming into control over your mind and your thought processes. The mind is very, very powerful. What you think you are is what you become. What you think you're capable of is what you're capable of. What you think is going to happen is probably going to happen, and that can be good, that could be bad. So it's up to you to choose how you how the story's going to go. Slay all those dragon thoughts that are breathing that hot fire down your neck. It's not necessary for you. Drum, dream, and journey. This is going right in coexistence with the spaceship. Don't be afraid to sing, and then don't be afraid to dance to the beat of your own drum. And then snake, shed the old skin, shed the old thought processes. They don't do you any good. You're capable of letting go if you allow yourself to. Do you want to be in the same skin? I'm pretty sure you don't want to. I'm sure we all want to grow and evolve. And yes, it can be scary, but it's okay. You got this. So I want to see what's kind of still lingering for you from 2020 that's to be cleared. Family room. Family room is always viewed as, you know, a safe place for people. So this could be that there is some old wounds from childhood, from family life, that could be still trying to clear themselves out. Or, you know, 2020 kind of made some of these come to a head a little bit. And for whatever reason, using that analogy, come to a head a little bit. Now you're just draining the pus. I know that is such a disgusting analogy, but this is like a pimple. Something that was really, really deep beneath the surface that finally came to the forefront, and now it's time to deal with it. And then the gift card. To me, this feels like there was, I don't want to say it was a refusal of a gift, but it was like, it's like, okay, this is what this feels like. It's like when you go to a coffee shop with your friend and they're like, oh, let me get it. And you're like, no, I can totally get it. It's totally fine. I got it. Please, no. I don't feel comfortable when people buy me things. Somebody has been trying to give you a gift, and you just don't want to open it. You don't feel like you deserve it for whatever reason. And that could be very different for all of you Virgos. This could be the gift of advice. This could be the gift of encouragement. This could be the gift of just love even. But yeah, you're just having a hard time accepting whatever gift was brought to you towards the end of 2020. Or you know what? No, this feels like it could have been for the whole year. I feel like somebody's been trying to give you a gift of something, and you're just, I can't accept that. I can't accept that. And it's like, you know damn good and well you want to know what the hell's in this box, but you just don't feel like you're worthy of it. Open the box. What's in the box? This gift is going to keep appearing to you until you're ready to open it, until you're ready to accept it, is kind of the energy I'm getting. So let's see what's hanging in the balance for you, Virgo. What is waiting to come in? I don't feel that. Okay. These two. It's funny because these feel like they're in alignment with themselves. So whatever healing, whatever came to a head and the pus needs to be drained, you got to be really, excuse me, you got to kind of remove some of the emotion from it a little bit, because that has a tendency to make it difficult for people to kind of really see things for what they are. So that's where it's like you kind of need to take a step back and try and look at whatever this pimple is and see how you can best pop it. See how you can best drain the pus with the least amount of pain, is what that feels like. And then the Satyr comes under the gift. Revelry and indulgence. Allow yourself to accept the gift. You deserve it. It's being given to you because you deserve it and you're ready for it. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into some tarot, because this is feeling real interesting to me. So let's see what's coming in for Virgo for January. Trying my, oh, okay. 9 of Wands. Stop trying to protect yourself. It's a wounded warrior. So what happens when we create such strong boundaries, or we feel like we've been fighting against something for so long, you forget what the fuck you're fighting. And what happens there is you fight everything that comes your way. And that's bringing me back to that gift. You're fighting the opportunity to free yourself. Because look, she's trapped herself in there. She, like, what? she's almost gone back to, Lord Jesus, a very primitive way. She looks like a damn cave woman, and she looks crazed. And that could be, this feels like this is your mental state. And your intuition is telling you something different, and there's just a breakdown in that communication is what that feels like. You know the answers, you have the answers, but you're not ready to use them. You're not ready to see them. You're not ready to accept them. And this is, again, this is the universe wanting to give you a gift. It's not going to stop. And it's interesting, I'm so hyper-focused on this squirrel. Because squirrels are such busybodies. You know? They have to work really hard to prepare for the winter, to make sure they have everything that they need. And to me, this feels like you're always preoccupied with other things. And you're not seeing the gift. You don't want to acknowledge the gifts that are coming your way. But things are swiftly going to start changing for you. To me, this feels like you're going to have a mental breakthrough with this Knight of Swords. And it's going to come on you pretty quick. Okay. I'm not taking all that. Y'all are tripping. Give me like 2 or 3 more cards. Okay. There's one. Yeah, this is a universal gift. This is karma. You fought long and hard enough. It's time to let your higher self do some of the driving so that he or she can accept what the universe wants to bring in for you. I always tell you guys, King of Pentacles, this is very Saturn to me. This is Lord Karma. There's a heavy reliance, it feels like, on your masculine energy, which is leaving you feeling lack emotionally. But that's just because you're in this warrior stance. That emotions can't... There's just a rigidity that I'm feeling right now. Yeah, it's like you're sleeping on your intuition is what that feels like. But the end to that is coming with this month. There's going to be a rebirth. There's going to be an acceptance of what was, and a welcoming of what will be, because you're choosing to let go of the heavy mental burdens. That's what that feels like. It feels like you're just putting a pin in every bad thought and trying to receive that balance mentally and emotionally. So let's see what should have you focused on. That's a heavy focus for Virgo for the month of January. Boundaries. But healthy boundaries. It's no coincidence that popped up on the 9 of Wands, because this is an over This is an overkill on boundaries. But learning that there's a healthy balance between keeping yourself closed off and keeping yourself open. Because this feels like you've been very, very closed off, and even to yourself. Let's see what else is going to be a heavy focus for you in the month of January. Yeah, just having an even flow. Is that it? Is that all Virgo needs to concentrate on? I feel like that might be it for you guys. Yeah, I'm not going to force it. So yeah. Having that balance between being closed off and being open is what's going to be your biggest takeaway for this month, and that's going to be your greatest focus. All right, you guys, I hope this was helpful for you. Until next time,